Okay, last one, guys, is the how-to. Okay, the how-to approach. Now, we can do this in Google as well. We can do this YouTube, WikiHow, Quora, and Google. Okay, and this is kind of fun. This is a good way to get some ideas. Let me just pull up before we start this because I know what's going to happen here. I've kind of spent some time going through this process over the past few days, so I know what to expect. Right, I'm just going to make this smaller. Right, now first place I'm going to start is going to be, let's go and start in Google. I've already done the search, how to email list building. Okay, and what we're looking for is angles. Okay, look for angles, and then we can go deeper later once you've got your angles. So you can see here, build an email list from scratch. Okay, this is where you can sell Lead Blaster if you want to be an affiliate for Lead Blaster. Build your email list in less than an hour. Oh. You can put in here modify like fast. Okay, just taking notes, it's brainstorming. I do want to know what that's about though. 63 ways to build it. Okay, ways to build an email list. You can see the angles are coming out very quickly. Build an email list from nothing. Beginner's guide. Beginners. Just take notes. Date. Okay. 2020. Take notes. Anything that stands out. Anything. You can see I've gone from some of the words used in the title to some ideas. Okay, like it wasn't necessarily in the title, and some angles, etc. Okay, you're just taking notes right now. We can come back and do more digging into each of these later if we want to. Okay, the word growth. Growth guide. 2 words there. It's building beginners, and we got here 101. Just taking notes, guys, taking notes. Right, now I'm going to come out of here from now. I would normally dig a bit deeper, and I would go through here and I'll probably come up with another 10 or 20 ideas here. Okay, this is going to be good in multiple ways. Why? Because it's giving us angles that we can use when we're creating the categories or modules, if you want to call them that, for your checklist. Okay, so that underneath each category or module you're going to have items. Okay, so this can give you some ideas for the modules themselves. Okay, so that we can build out something really powerful, really great content. Okay, that people want and people will share as well. Secondly, it gives you some ideas for keywords as well later. Okay, we can dig into this for the keyword research stuff later as we start to optimize, which will get us the traffic, which will build the hundreds of emails into our email list on complete autopilot once we have this set up. Okay, so we put the work in the beginning and it gets done nicely, and then we reap the rewards for years, hopefully. Okay, so let's come down into Quora. Okay, so this time in Quora what I've done is how to email list building. Okay, and you can see that's the one that we're already following with 206 followers about the best ways to grow the email list. When we come down we can get some other ideas. How will email list building benefit? Okay, so we can put in here, how will benefit? That could be good as part of an intro. Where can I buy email lists? That's interesting. You don't want to do that. Do a Lead Blaster approach. Go and get some referral marketing giveaways set up or something. Build an email list for free using Facebook. Okay, so we can put in here using Facebook. And here we can add in some stuff like Messenger, lead ads. You can just put in some ideas. So that could be a whole module or category. How to build an email list with Facebook. You can go on about Facebook groups. You can go on about Facebook lead ads. You can go on about Facebook Messenger with ManyChat, etc. So you can build lists. Best way, how do I build a list from zero? We've already got from scratch. Build an email list from YouTube. Okay, from YouTube. Quora to build an email list. That's interesting. I don't know what the answer to that is, so I'm going to open it up to probably lose some time a bit later. From WordPress. Oh yeah, good one. Okay, so you can see we've got different modules it's building up. We don't need to spend a huge amount of time going further with what I'm doing here, because it would just be a matter of you coming back then and doing some research on this. So if you want to know about WordPress, then you can click on this and you can get some ideas about WordPress plugins and stuff like that. You can use, for example, stuff that works. Okay, what works with WordPress? Let me tell you which works really well. Post Gopher plugin. Only if you have a double verification. Okay, don't use Post Gopher plugin unless you can do double verification. I've actually switched it off because I had a lot of people giving me a wrong one, and I never went back to fix it. But I'm pretty sure you can do double verification now, and that will give you better ideas. So you can see like pop-up forums and stuff like that, so you can give them some ideas for plugins, top 5 plugins to use, or 3 plugins you can use all at the same time. That interests people because they think, oh, I've got more flexibility. For some reason they will think, oh, that's great because I've got this one does that, this one does this, and this one does that. They're happier, they feel they've got all the angles covered, and people like plugins, they really do. Okay, related questions, you can find a whole bunch more in here as well. Okay, that's basically how we can do that. So that's basically how we can build up ideas and angles using the how-to for the Cora and using the how-to in the Google. Now we can do a how-to as well in the YouTube. Okay, so let's just come up here. I will go down to, so we've got one that's not being used yet. No, they're all being used. Are they? Oh yeah. Alright, so I'll create a new project. If you're in here, how to email list building. Okay. Just add these so that it allows me to create the campaign, because that's the minimum requirements that the software needs to be able to create a project. Okay, so search and add. Now there's multiple ways we can do this. You've probably seen me do this multiple times before as well. We can actually go and have a look for email list building playlists already created, where you're going to find a lot of different angles already in there, and we can do just basic searches in here. So we got in here how to email list building. Now YouTube is great for the how to stuff, okay, and also when you got how to stuff, it's great for getting video snippets on, or videos ranking on page 1 of Google for the how to stuff as well. So this works really well. Okay, how to build an email list, fast automated list building strategies. Okay, that's worth checking out. You can see it's got a 10-minute video. Watch at a 2x speed, it'll take you 5 minutes taking notes. Leverage Facebook groups to build an email list. How to build an email list fast from Caffeinated Blogger. That's probably an interesting one as well. And you can get some ideas again. You don't need to watch me over the shoulder anymore. You can see how this can work for you. Okay, this is how we can get some more ideas as well. Right now, what you can do with this, once you have got these angles, then you can go digging deeper. It's going to take you time, but when you come out of this to the other side, you will have something really high quality. If you do this the way I've just showed you, okay, you will have something really high quality. You will have something that's curated from multiple sources. Okay, take a note of the sources as well. What we can do later is you can put in a section or a module or category section, and you can put the sources that you have used. You can link to a specific person. Okay, and then when you start to share this on social media, you can tag them and say to them, look, I've picked this information from all of these different people, the top tips from Cora, from YouTube, from Google, and these are the tips that I found really interesting, the top 10 that I found really interesting, or top 20 I found really interesting. It doesn't have to be big. It does have to be interesting though, that people want to hang around for it. Okay, put in resources that people will probably not want to give up easily, so that they will not delete the playlist, your checklist I should say, and that's a cool way to do this. Alright, so that's all we need to cover for this one. So I think we basically covered in more detail from sort of carrying on from that first video. You've now got a better idea. Now when we come to actually creating the checklist and optimizing. That's another part of this. Okay, so it's a two-step process. There's identifying your content. There's basically three-step process. You identify your topic, and then you can identify your subtopics, and then from your subtopics that you're interested in, like email list building for example, you will have multiple angles. How to build it fast, how to buy an email list, or how to buy email blasts that are properly done. You can do that for local marketing, B2B for example. You can make a lot of money doing that, offering that as a service. Serious amount of money you can offer doing that as a service, if you know where to buy them, and I do. So if you want to know, remind me in a webinar and I'll tell you. You can basically take this information and you can break it into multiple ideas for checklists. And don't forget, they don't all have to be big like this one. They don't have to be this big, where you've got like, how many categories? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got about 8 or 9 categories there with, sometimes 7 or 8 or 9 items in each. It doesn't have to be that big. It really doesn't have to be that big. You can just do like, here's the top 15 tips, the top 12 tips, the top 10, whatever it might be. Okay, make it interesting though, and get it up. Get your first checklist up. When you're ready to get your first checklist up, then you need to watch the next video, which is going to be me putting a new checklist into the Chrome store. So you will see how that is done. Put it into the Chrome store, the things that you need to fill in, how to add your images and stuff. We've already done the pre-sizing of the images. We've already done the screenshots that you need, how to create your video that you want to put in there so that you can get the best results, because we're going to use that for keyword sniping later. We're actually going to rank our keywords, or kickstart the rankings for our keywords by using VidAttack Alpha Lite, so that you can just basically start to get click-through rates for those keywords, which will help to rank the Chrome store page as well for those keywords initially. And we will do this for the most high traffic keywords as well. Okay, that's a way to use that, because we know the power of the Chrome store. And then we need to look at how we optimize. Okay, so we will look at the keywords that we're going to use for the sub headlines, the keyword, the FAQs that we're going to use, and there's going to be a twist in that from what I did the first time. I'm going to do this completely different this time. Not completely different, but in a different way. Okay, a way that I think makes more sense. And then we're going to look at the keywords, very, very closely related keywords. So if I'm talking about YouTube SEO tags, then I'll talk about SEO tags for YouTube, or keywords, YouTube SEO keywords and stuff like that. I mean, we can put those closely related keyword phrases in the same area. Okay, so it's kind of keyword stuffing, but we're going to do it in a natural way. Okay, so that we can get as many in as we can, or we can at least sprinkle some of them that have got the most traffic. Okay, the most search volumes. We can sprinkle them into our content so that we are maximizing the SEO that we can do, because it's a different kind of SEO that we're doing with the Chrome store, because we put the keywords in there and it ranks. Okay, so we are not thinking about the same rules as you got for WordPress. Okay, we're not. What we are thinking about is how we can put it in there so that it's natural, we can rank for as many keywords as possible, and that reads natural, that it's actually useful and helpful to people. Okay, that's what we're doing. Alright, thank you for watching.